Alright, everyone, here we are. The beginning of a series, the beginning of a beautiful thing. This is Tyler's Tears. This is where we list. This is where we rank. This is where we show the power of media and art, love, life, music, whatever it is. We gonna list some stuff. We gonna list it right. We gonna list it good. I'm gonna start with something that's very important to me, very crucial to my upbringing, very crucial to my life. Formed a lot of my tastes, a lot of my feelings on things. We started with Final Fantasy, the granddaddy of JRPG when it comes to the Western audience. We didn't know what this stuff was until we got this. So, here we go. Let's get it started off. Final Fantasy 1. Going in the C tier. You know, influential, important, all that. Just super, super rough around the edges. Super difficult to get into. I beat the game. Going into dungeons, okay. Getting back out, sucked. Music's alright. Composition's alright. Visuals alright. You know, it's the beginning. Can't expect it to be anything too special, especially when it's something as old as this. Final Fantasy 2. Yeah, I hate to do it, but, you know, there's a lot to like about this game, but there's a lot more to hate. And man, am I a hater. This stinks. It's got cool stuff. The Emperor's got swag. Music and compositions are good. You know, graphics aren't bad. Level up system is interesting, but not implemented correctly. It's just, it's got all that rough stuff that one had, except they were getting experimental. So it just does not end up meshing well. That final dungeon, one of the worst things humanity's ever created. That final boss is just messed up. It's not like a well-designed encounter. It's just annoying. Like, I don't know how else the whole game is just annoying, really is what it is. This game is just annoying. Alright, we moving on to Final Fantasy 3. Motherfucking B tier on this joint. We getting good here. This is when it start getting good. You start seeing that class system that a lot of Final Fantasies are known for. In here, you see this. You think, man, it's an NES game too. It's gonna be janky. It's gonna be it's very well crafted. Great music, great compositions per usual. You know, it's Final Fantasy. You're gonna get good music in most of these joints, but no, this is where it starts getting good, and you start seeing the ideas of the series really form together, really come together in a really beautiful way. It's nice to see. I'm putting it in B because it's still a little rough, but God bless, we finally got a damn good game here. Alright, now this is where it's going to get a little controversial. Final Fantasy 4. This shit stink badly, I'm afraid. I don't get why people like this game so much, why so many people rate this game so high. Whenever I talk to other Final Fantasy fans, they always, you know, tell me like, oh, I love this game. I don't. The story is contrived, even by Final Fantasy standards. There's like a couple good boss fights. Like, obviously everybody loves Conte, you know, that's the real one, but it's just, nothing about this game clicked for me. Having your party constantly change up, having so many characters. You know, some characters are just gimmicks. Like, it's not all there. It's not all there for me, you know? I'm a hater for this one. I'm gonna hate this one till the day I die. Nobody's ever gonna change my opinion on this. Fuck Final Fantasy 4. On God. We're moving on. Next, we got... Whoo! Whoo! Oh, yeah. Final Fantasy 5. This might be my goddamn favorite. This might be one of my favorite games ever. You start seeing really well thought out gameplay and story elements here. You start seeing music that's really, really intertwined with the characters and the stories and the environments. you start seeing just the beauty of this series really come into full scope here. You got amazing class system, like amazing class system. Like if you're doing like a base JRPG, that's how you do it, in my opinion. You do this. You give your player some amount of customization, but you also keep some restraints on there, and it's just beautiful. And God, the combat, the encounter design is just through the roof. It's just through the frickin' roof. There's just like so many interesting fights, and like, yeah, some of them are kind of puzzly, and like that's not great all the time, but then you have stuff like X-Death and Excess Castle, you got stuff like Necrophobia, you got stuff like Twin Tanya, you got stuff like Atmos, you got like all these bosses that are just amazing. Also, it's where you get Gilgamesh from, and he's the connective fiber of the series. He's the one, you know, so you really start seeing the series form with this game, and I just love it. I just love it. Also, X-Death, he's just awesome. He's just cool. He come in, freaking the theme from Psycho start playing as soon as he enter the room. Somebody getting dropped off, somebody getting messed up. Like he comes in, he's about his business, he takes care of it, and he dips. He's got problems, he's got issues, he's gonna mess you up, fix his issues, move on with his life until you get his ass. But that's a good ad. But anyway, we gonna move on. Final Fantasy 6. You know, it's, while it takes away the class system from 5 that I love so much, there's a lot to love about this game. The music, phenomenal, even by Final Fantasy 6 standards. Like, Dancing Mad is composed so freaking well. The boss theme, both the other boss themes are amazing. There's so much content, so much side quests. Like, the story is just, you know, it's just beautiful. I think it takes a step back gameplay and encounter design wise in a lot of cases from 5, but it makes up for that in the other aspects that I won't say are improved, but are different. And having each character have their own gimmick, while I didn't really like it in 4, I feel like it's a lot more well defined in 6. It affects how the characters play beyond just menuing and picking what they do. You got Scion's bar to build up his swordplay. You got Sabin's inputs, which is as a fighting game player, just love that. You know, it's just fantastic. You know, they did a lot. They did a lot to add to the idea of these games, and it's just beautiful. It's just excellent. Moving on. You know, you asked me 5 years ago, I'm probably putting 7 in B, honestly. But we go in S. This is just godlike. This game is just godlike. It's so important. Nobuo Uematsu, like, started cooking crack on this stuff. Like he started cooking crack. He mastered the PS1 sound font immediately. He's a beast. God bless. But no, this game, great designs all around. You got the customization of 5 back with the materia system. You got all those sweet encounters. You got balanced difficulty if you don't abuse things. You got great characters. I'm talking like GOAT characters. You got your Red 13s, you got your Sids, you got your Barretts, you got your Tifa. You know what I'm saying? Just iconoclasm out the ass. And like, just, it's fantastic. I mean, not even just the playable characters, like Rufus, freaking the Turks. Like, it's just unreal, like how many cool ass characters with good arcs there are in this game. Like, the fact that they were able to pack that many characters and that many arcs and like have them all intertwine and connect is just amazing. And like, it's just a beautiful game, really. Like it's just fantastic. I'm moving on. Watcha! Motherfuckers didn't expect this, I guarantee you that. Final Fantasy 8, going in S. Easy for me, difficult for others. It is what it is. Everything about this game, just like, the people say vibes games, and this game manages to be a vibes game while also having incredibly fun gameplay, which is rare. Usually people say vibes game, they're hating on the gameplay of the game, but they say, oh, I love the art, the music. No, this game is a vibes game plus. That's insane. People could say, oh, I hate the junction system, but why? All you gotta do is put some stuff on a menu and figure out what make your stats look the best. Like, it's not that difficult. You don't really have to engage with drawing anything in battle. Like, you don't have to engage with a lot of the systems, but they're there for you to engage with. I think the only thing in this game that makes me want to drop it a notch is the level scaling. I think that was a bad idea. I think level scaling in RPGs, whether they're Japanese, Western, whatever, it's just a bad idea. You just don't do that. I don't know why anyone would do that. All it does is ruin the feeling of progression from the player. It just rips that away from you, forces you to deal with a lot of... You know what? I'm almost talking myself into dropping it, but I love that game too much. The vibes, the cities, boss encounters, everything. 9, honestly, I've never played 9 to completion, so I'm not going to put it anywhere. 10, A. Easy A. It falls short in some aspects, but for the first entry in the PS2 era, is amazing. It's still got the same great compositions musically. Visually, it's beautiful. You know, Square's ahead of their game when it came to FMVs. Like, it was just unreal to look at in 2000. Like, to see that in the year 2000 was insane. And it's also got the best run of any single Final Fantasy game I've ever played. Near the end of the game, when you're in Xanarkand, whoo! Every single thing about the music, the vibes, the boss fights. There's like 3 boss fights that are all like difficult, but they are not like annoying and obscene or anything. They're just difficult, and you fight and you win and you feel good. And it's just the stories at its emotional climax. Like, if they just ended everything at Unalesca, at the Unalesca boss fight, 10 might be an S, honestly. But, you know, they fumbled the bag on that. 10-2, we putting it B. This might be controversial because this is a very polarizing game. However, I have very middling feelings on it. This game right here, wow, great class system. Not, I wouldn't say as good as 5's, but it's very interesting, very versatile. I love all the costumes. Like, it's a girls' rock story too. That's why so many like men will hate on this, because it's a girls' rock story. There ain't nothing wrong with a good girls' rock story. Like, let's be real. There's nothing wrong with a good girls' rock story. If you have a problem with girls' rock story, you're probably some insecure weirdo. Stay away from me on that. But either way, it's a B. It's good. It's worth a play. Final Fantasy 12. If we talking Zodiac job system, we going B. If we talking vanilla OG, which that's what I'm talking about right now, I'm talking about vanilla OG for all of these, all the way to the bottom, baby. This is like, I'm talking like, yeah, below 2. I hate this game. It's not because it's not turn-based anymore. In fact, I really love, like, Western RPGs of the 2000s and the late 90s that use real-time with pause, and I feel like that's what it's closest to, combat-wise, is, say, a Baldur's Gate 1 or 2, a Neverwinter Nights, a KOTOR. But the story is just bland, the characters are boring. Like, I could, you know, meme about, you know, all the characters are just Star Wars. You know what I mean? You got Van, who's Luke. You got, you know, Fran is Chewbacca. You know what I'm saying? Because Bosch is, you know what I'm saying, Han Solo. Come on now. But I'm not gonna go all the way throughout all that. I just think this game sucks. Like, it, and on top of that, I'm a huge fan of when you have lore in a series that's like an ancient dead civilization. Unless it's very important for your story for that civilization to become a part of the story, you keep that shrouded and you keep it mysterious, because that's what makes it cool. And Ivalice, they just, we didn't need talking lizard dudes We didn't need giant bunny girls, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not for me all around. Like, I just don't like that. I don't like anything about it. 13. Moving on to 13. No. I want to be kinder to this game, but... Yeah, I'll be kinder to this game than I probably should be. It goes to C. It's just... Its biggest sin is being boring. Like, the combat is fine. The visuals are good to great. It's just... Man, I can't even remember 4 characters' names. I remember Lightning. And, yeah. Yeah, I remember Poochie. Yeah, that's it. I never engaged with any of the other 13 games because of how boring that original was. I also never engaged with any of the MMORPGs. So, no opinion on those. 15. Now, this one might surprise some folk. I love this shit. I love this shit. Man, this game is sweet. Like, yeah, it's a little boring. The combat is like a watered down Kingdom Hearts in a lot of ways. Like, of course, I would rather be playing Kingdom Hearts 2. Who wouldn't rather be playing Kingdom Hearts 2 than almost any damn game? But it's just... Like, the characters are sweet. The gang, the 4 dudes, the 4 bros, we hanging out, we cruising. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to talk about a vibes game. Woo! Cruising with the boys, listening to some old Final Fantasy tracks. God damn. You know, I love the scale of all the bosses. I think a lot of the side content is real good. Barring Castle Mark Castle. And I think that it's just fun. It's just fun. This game had a great run, similar to the Xanarkid run, where it's when I don't remember the exact details, but it's after Leviathan hits Italy, and your crew is like, all right, we gotta get this done, and y'all hit that train, and you get like, once you fight that Deathclaw, when you hop off the train, and you like go in that tower, like. The game had me gripped. Like, I'm talking grip. I'm talking, like, I stayed up until, like, 7, 8 a.m. playing it. Because, like, I thought the game was going to end partially. Like, I was like, oh, I'm near the end. I'm going to, you know. No. It turns out I had a couple more hours after that, even. But, like, it's like, when a game grips you like that, even if you feel like later on you don't feel like you feel that strongly about it, that counts for something. That really counts for something. And this game managed to do it. So shout out to Final Fantasy 15. And honestly, I think that's everything. I never really engaged with Mystic Quest. I haven't played any of the MMOs. I haven't played any of the remakes. I haven't played any of the Extended 13. I don't know what this World of Final Fantasy even is. But of the games I played, this is my list. It's pretty balanced, as you can see. I got a really even spread here. It's just... This is a great series. If you haven't engaged with this series in any way, if you haven't played this series anyway, I cannot suggest playing any other series any more than this, likely. Especially if you were a JRPG fan. Just, you know. Also, shoutouts to Nomura, shoutouts Umetsu, you know. Shoutouts some, like, there's some creative genius in these things. And you just gotta feel them for yourself. But anyway, I think that's it. I think I got it all. If you got any suggestions for any tier lists, just let me know. I'm gonna tell you how I feel about this stuff. I'm gonna be unabashed. This is mild. Give me a series I mostly dislike. Whoo, you're gonna see some hatred flow. You're gonna hear it. You're gonna feel it. But anyway, like, subscribe, whatever those YouTube people be doing. I'll catch you next time.